Guys, namaste, Jai Hind, Jai Mata Di and Jai Bharat. So I hope that you've watched the video of Kalki and you've related to, or you were able to relate to many things that were said in the last video, and today we are going to move forward from there. Now when we move forward, when we spoke about Kalki in the last video, we spoke about how Kalki fought with Jina, and after that, after the fight, when he was able to defeat Jina completely and he broke Jina's spine, that is when Jina's brother Sudhodano, he jumped with his club to attack Kalki. Now when he was about to attack Kalki, before that, KAVI, who is Kalki's elder brother, he could see Sudhodano about to attack Kalki, and that is when KAVI actually jumped in front of Sudhodano and started a fight with Sudhodano, and they two, both of them had a very fierce fight, and the fight went on for a long time. Now let me come to the real meaning of it. So this is the story that is given in the Kalki Puran, which we are going to discuss today, or which we are going to talk about or crack or get decoded today. So when I read this, I went, like I always do, I try to get into the in-depth meanings of everything, and it did not come easy to me. So I was, when I read this, I was like, okay, what could this mean? So I kind of did my homework of noting down the meanings of the names and breaking the name into pieces and all of that. I did that. And when I slept, when I was about almost like half asleep, that is when a lot of information came my way as to what it exactly was and how it exactly happened. So let me share that all with you, starting with the name first. So when we talk about the name Shuddhodano, Shuddho means pure, Dano means grain, and actually this means one who grows pure grain or pure rice. So this is the meaning of Shuddhodano. It is the name of the king also, but majorly the name Shuddhodano means one who grows pure rice. Now here, Kalki and rice, we will not be able to connect directly, but we will be able to connect this in a very, very beautiful way, as rice is grain. Grain is what? Grain is food, and grain is also seed for the next coming growth, right? So this grain is basically food and seed both, and pure rice or pure grain or pure seed basically means a pure feed that came your way, something that was not of somebody else but of directly Kalki. So it feels like, it actually means like some feed, information, piece of information, a set of information, something that came as a feed. And we know now in the language that we are today, we know what we call a feed, right? So some feed that came your way, which was directly related to Kalki, and it came purely, like it was a pure feed. It was of the original scenes, it was of the original scenarios related to Kalki, and it was thrown out to you. Why was it thrown out to you? Not to show you Kalki, but it was thrown out to you to show you bits and pieces of what happened, right? So that either you are scared, or you don't know what to do, or you don't think or get into the Kalki energy. Now this was to attack Kalki, or this was to actually for a different purpose than to the purpose of awakening, but this was used very beautifully for awakening as well. So I am saying it was done because this all has happened already, and that's how Kalki Puran is written also. It is written in the tense as if it has already happened or it is already happening. And this, when I'm talking, I'm sure a lot of people can actually visualize this whole thing that is written here. Now when that happened, KAVI jumped in front of Shuddhodano. Now KAVI means, ideally KAVI is the elder brother of Kalki, but when I spoke about KAVI, I spoke about the poet, the learning of Kalki, when it happened, when he was into that phase of learning, when he was poetic. And at that time, when he was poetic, he connected with many people. So many people connected their energies with him in that way. So Kavi also means somebody who's enlightened. So a set of people who was enlightened, who already had that connect with Kalki, they jumped in front of that feed. That means they started scrutinizing that feed. They started going through that feed. They started figuring out information from that feed. Now when that happened, when they started figuring out information from that feed, this actually is given as this scene of fight is given as if two elephants are fighting with each other with their tusks. And tusks are the teeth, right? Elephant teeth, which you can see, but the elephant doesn't chew with those teeth, right? So this was the fight of power. This was the fight of proving my point over your point. We know there is a huge fight that has happened over this, proving my point over your point. And this all happened on the feed, on the information of Kalki, that actually the pure information, the pure feed that came to public, that came to people. And some enlightened beings started fighting over that feed to prove the point that they had. So your point or my point. Now there is also a reference that the fight was so fierce that both of them actually spoke very very loud voices, and they abused each other also. They used bad words for each other also. So we know this. We don't have to even get into depth of it, but so that the fight over Kalki, or the fight over that feed, is going to be so strong, or had been so strong, that there has been abusive, and there has been loud voices, and there has been exchange of words and exchange of everything. It was very visible and very out there, right? So that was the energy like. Now when that was happening, when and then there I also got a reference to a Hindi proverb which says jahan na pahunche ravi wahan pahunche kavi, which means that even the places where sunlight cannot reach, a poet can reach, a imagination of a poet can reach there. And that is where this actually fits in. The enlightened people who started scrutinizing the feed could figure out information that nobody else thought they will be able to figure out. So they reached in depth of that information, and they reached to that area or that set of information where they nobody thought that they will be able to reach. Now when all of this started to happen, that is the time when Shuddhodano realized that he will not be able to beat Kavi. He will not be able to win over Kavi, because Kavi is very strong, and he is a very strong warrior. So that means that based upon people who kind of floated those feeds with a different intention, they realized that these people who are actually scrutinizing it is not easy to win over them. It is not easy to get over them. It is not easy to kind of put them into the incorrect direction, because they are all getting into the in-depth of it. That is when, what did they do? So that is when the Kalki Puran says that is when Shuddhodano called for Maya Devi. Now Maya Devi is what? Maya Devi is illusion. Now I am going to share the story of Maya Devi tomorrow, and I'm sure that you're going to relate to so much with it. But that is when Maya Devi was introduced, and Maya Devi was introduced to divert the attention of all the enlightened beings, Kavis, from the feed that was present to the feed that was served to them. And what did that feed had, and all of that, what did that feed have, and all of that I'm going to share with you tomorrow. And this is going to be very interesting. I can't so much I am so much waiting that when will we get done with what has already happened, and when will we reach at what is happening, and when will we know what is going to happen. But I am also not getting enough time to read it all, and I'm also reading it as, like, you can see, this is as much as I've written, I've shared all with you. So I am, as soon as I'm reading those small bits and pieces I'm reading and I'm sharing. So I've also not read it fully as of now. I'm not able to find the time to do that. And but I am sure that you are able to relate to it very beautifully, and you will be able to relate to what's coming. And this is very interesting for sure. And this is so amazing, that how could somebody who was so many years ago, centuries ago, could write something that is happening today, and how could this everything, every piece of the puzzle can actually fit together in the right way, right alignment, as if things, as exactly as things happened. So I am amazed on this, and if you are too, please share the video with everyone else, and please ensure that you press the like button so that video becomes searchable, because we need to bring people into Kalki energy now. It is time that the family of Kalki, the Kalki Sena, comes together and we move further. So all the best. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself, and please leave your feedback. Bye bye. Thank you.